Today I'm reviewing the icepodstandard cold plunge from the Pod company. So let's start with setup. Here we go. The icepodstandard comes with all the parts you need to set it up and actually use it. You've got these PVC poles, you got the hand pump, and you've got the debris cover and the tub itself. Setup is super easy. All you do is slide the PVC poles into these slits at the bottom right here. There's 6 of them, and it's actually really simple. Just lift the slit up a little bit and then push the PVC pole all the way through. So after the PVC poles are all on the slits, you just use the provided hand pump and open just the first layer, the first plug of the two-way valve, and pump up the lid. The nice thing about the two-way valve is that if the pump slips out while you're inflating it, it's not gonna release any of the air. Okay, so next you just turn this perpendicular so it stops the water. Then you plug this drain at the bottom. Lastly, you just fill it up with some filtered water. I use these hose filters. You can buy them on Amazon for like $20. The entire setup, including filling it with water, took less than 20 minutes. Okay, so my butt isn't even completely on the bottom. I'm kind of just like hovering with my feet at the edge of this front right here. My shoulders are completely submerged. My knees are kind of closer to my chest than I'd like. Leaning back feels pretty comfortable. Honestly, I don't really like putting my arms up. It doesn't feel that comfortable. I'd rather just put them in. Holy crap, that's cold. But yeah, there's really no need for me to go all the way down to sit on my butt, because I filled the water so high that it's at the top of the lid right now, and my neck is already submerged, and you don't really want to go above your neck. I mean, you can dunk your head, but you don't really want to go too much further. All right, so now I'm sitting crisscross. I don't really like this position. I'd rather sit on my butt with my knees up like I'm doing now. Get a little more height, a little higher off the ground. So yeah, I mean, it feels pretty stable. Like I'm kind of pushing my back against it right now, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna tip or anything. For anybody who's gonna keep this outside and lives in a cold climate, it's really hard to beat this, because obviously it's meant for cold plunging. So it's comfortable, and it's super easy to set up. It's super simple. There's nothing complicated about this at all. So getting in is super easy. It's not high enough to where you can't step over comfortably. The bottom isn't slippery. The bottom does have a little padding on it, but not as much as the Pro version. I'm 5'10", and I fit pretty comfortably in here. I mean, my entire body's submerged, no problem. But I'd say if you're over like 6'2", this probably wouldn't be very comfortable. So if you are going to be cold plunging, based on what the research shows, then you're only going to be spending 11 minutes total per week in this tub. So, you know, comfort isn't that big of a deal. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. Takedown is super easy. All you do is pull the drain plug at the bottom. You can also twist this so the tub drains faster. If you want, you can divert this water off a deck or a balcony with the telescopic hose. Once the water gets beneath the black valve over there, I just go ahead and push it over to drain the rest. Now you can just tip it over. And then what I like to do is, while the lid is still inflated and the PVC poles are still in the slits, I grab a towel and wipe the inside, dry it off. And then after that, you can deflate the lid right here, and then just pull the PVC poles out of the slits and wrap it up, and you can put it under a bed, in a drawer, in a closet, wherever. It's pretty compact. So what are the pros of the icepodstandard? It's super lightweight. It has a very small footprint. It's very easy to set up and take down. It's only $100. It comes with a debris cover, a telescopic hose if you want to divert the water off a balcony or a deck, and it comes with a hand pump so you can pump up the lid. It's pretty comfortable to lean back, and it's also really easy to dunk your head. And now for the cons. The insulation isn't that great. If the temperature is less than 70 or 75 degrees, you're probably going to have to fill it with ice after every single use. It's not as stable as the Pro version, And lastly, there's no water chiller connections, so you're stuck filling it with ice or just letting the ambient temperature cool it down if you live in like a cold climate or something. So who is the icepodstandard cold plunge best for? People with no intentions of getting a water chiller, people planning on leaving it outside year round and letting the ambient temperature cool it down, people under 6'2", people who want something easily movable and portable with a super easy and fast setup and takedown, people with limited space, people with a small budget, and beginners looking to start cold plunging but don't want to spend a ton of money on a super expensive setup. If you want this cold plunge, use the first link in the description to save some money. See you in the next one.